Hello and welcome to Leezah's Lair. I am LeezahSmiles in Second Life, and I am one of the older adults in Second Life. So I created this YouTube channel 5 years ago so that other older adults, hopefully if they're on YouTube watching videos, even if they don't have anything to do with Second Life, that they will stumble upon my videos somehow and become interested in joining Second Life. Or if they're already in Second Life, they will know that there's a channel just devoted to our group. So my avatar is sitting in my skybox eating a bowl of cereal, which is something that I do pretty often, sometimes late at night, even away from the Second Life environment. Since I do have a topical channel, I do want to cover different aspects of Second Life. And so the topic today is going to be about alts. I want to talk about alt ethics. I want to talk about drama with alts and get your feedback on how you feel alts either improve the Second Life community, complicate the Second Life community. Let's discuss what you feel about it. And if you have alts, feel free to comment below on how many alts you have, the purpose of that. Let's get into it. So to start out this discussion, I do not have an alt. I've never used an alt in Second Life. I've always been LeezahSmiles in Second Life. I haven't had any need to have an alt in Second Life. I'm the same person no matter what sim I happen to go to on the grid. I understand the reasons why, though. Some people decide that it is necessary for them to have an alt. And some of the reasons have to do with employment. Some people want a separate avatar just for work purposes. Some people have more than one type of work that they're doing in Second Life, so they want a different avatar for each type of work with a different name. Some people want to have relationships. Maybe they want to be part of the lesbian community and date lesbian identified persons. And so they have an avatar just for that. And then they also want to be in a male avatar, for example, and date heterosexually or whatever, and they want a different avatar name and a totally different avatar for that. So some of the reasons why people are saying that they do feel it necessary to have alts is that employment reasons or lifestyle differences where they don't want to be under the same name doing different things. There are a couple people in my friend list and they have alts. They've told me, oh, that person is an alt, so I want you to add my alt to your friend list as well. And then sometimes they want to communicate with me under the other avatar's name, but then I'll notice that they're online as their original avatar that I met them originally as the other name. So it's just, to me, on the receiving end, that ish is really confusing, okay? I just think if I met you under one avatar name, then why don't we just have our, communication in Second Life under that name where I met you? Why do we have to communicate under these other avatars that you may have in world? I just think maybe people who have alts should consider that other people find that confusing, even if they're not really communicating that. Let's face it, some people are using their alts just to be deceitful. I've had people kicked out of my discussion group called Headlines, and then they come back to the group under a different avatar name and they think that I won't know or that I can't detect that just from the way that they're communicating. And I just think that that's just ridiculous. And it just tells me that this is a, drama starter, because why do that? If you're kicked out of the group, you're not wanted in the group. Why come back as another avatar name and then For what? It's just all about deception and manipulation. And a lot of people don't admit that that's why they want to use these other identities. Not saying that's everybody, but I'm saying a lot of people do utilize an avatar for deception. I remember meeting another person in Second Life who said that she was really angry because the person she was in a relationship with in Second Life was cheating on her. And she said that to add insult to injury, not only was this person cheating on her, but she said, this person is cheating on me with my alt. And that person doesn't know that I created another avatar um, and approached that person that just to see what the response would be. Initially, when I heard that story, I thought, now that is really interesting. So this person is angry about being in a relationship with somebody who's deceptive. So then they created an avatar to be deceptive to see if that person is deceptive. But then you're deceptive yourself because you created the avatar for that purpose. And I think a lot of people don't even understand um, how that even sounds. You're using deception because you want to see if somebody else is operating with integrity. Okay, that's interesting. So I tell this story a lot that when I first started in Second Life 8 years ago, I was visiting this very large church sim, and they had a lot of debates about theology, about Christianity, all of that. Well, when I joined Second Life, I didn't realize that maybe a week or two before I joined Second Life, there was a lot of drama at that sim, and the ownership changed hands. So then I'm a newcomer. I show up at the sim. My avatar looks totally crazy. All of the things on my avatar were from freebie malls. And 8 years ago, a lot of freebie malls had things that creators basically discarded because they didn't feel that they were a good enough quality to sell. That's what was in some of the freebie malls back then. So that is all my avatar had. And then also I did not talk on voice. People kept asking me why I wasn't talking on voice. When I first joined Second Life, I didn't even have a microphone and I wasn't about to go out and buy equipment when I was just logging in on a free, account in Second Life just to see what it was about. Even though I realize headsets are not that pricey, I wasn't even willing to put out the money for a headset just to try out this virtual space. It was the first virtual space I had ever been in. I found out about it by watching a documentary on the Oprah Winfrey Network about Second Life. And so I wasn't going to put money into even buying a headset just because I was logging in to check it out. So I didn't. And the people found that so suspicious that I wasn't talking on voice. Well, now, it's been 8 years and I do have, a headset and everything, and I still don't talk in voice because I don't think I need to. Personally, I like being able to log into Second Life, talk to people in text chat. If my cell phone rings, I can always answer it, talk on speakerphone to whoever that is on my cell phone while I'm still typing conversations in Second Life, while I'm still watching the television. I can do three different things. And so I don't think I need to be on voice. That would eliminate the fact that I can't be on voice in Second Life, talking on my cell phone. I don't know. Even if that wasn't the situation, I probably still would voice. I don't see a need to. Of course, I do on YouTube because this channel needs a voice to go with the avatar. So I brought up the situation about the other church sim that I visited when I first joined Second Life years ago because people kept accusing me of being an alt. They thought I was a man. They thought I was the former owner of the sim. It was just a really crazy situation to endure when you're brand new in a virtual space trying to get to know people. I was such a noob in Second Life that at the time when people were accusing me of being an alt, I wasn't even familiar with that term. And I had to ask people, what does that mean? And of course, then since I was asking people at that same sim, they thought that I was just asking the question to try to portray my avatar as as a true noob when I really was. So that was just crazy. And that went on for maybe a month or two or even longer at that sim. I guess I'd have to ask somebody who remembers that way back then. But, since then, every now and then, there's somebody that I've known pretty long time since I've been in Second Life who would occasionally joke about, "Oh, you have another avatar." And I kept wondering, like, who is that person talking to who even speaks the way I do in text? Or who is that person even talking to who has conversations the way I do for them to even joke about the fact that I would be in another avatar? And it was just the strangest thing because I thought, why does somebody think that I would have a need to have another identity in Second Life? Now, some people do decide that if they had a whole bunch of drama under one avatar, that they will just create a whole nother one. But to me, that's not really an alt. I thought an alt is if you have your original one that is still active and then you create another one. So, comment below and let me know what are the other reasons for having an avatar other than for employment purposes, for lifestyle. You're in one lifestyle in one part of the grid and another lifestyle, another part of the grid, relationships. You're in one relationship, maybe you're married in Second Life under one avatar identity, and then you're single in another avatar identity and deception. Like, what are the other reasons that you would have an alt? Now, the other one I can think of would be if you have an avatar created just for filming and you have an identity and a name and you're on YouTube as one identity and you're filming as that person, and then in world, you're a different avatar. I guess that would be, maybe that would be another reason. But comment below. I'm interested in having this discussion about alts and what you think about it and how they function. If you have an alt, how is it enhancing your Second Life if you have another function for your avatar other than the reasons I have mentioned? So that's the topic. I look forward to hearing all of your input and thank you so much for spending some time with me here at Leezah's Lair. I hope you'll come back and watch more videos.